All right, gonna go over how I sent 13,568 emails and got 69 opportunities. So this is a script that I've been just ramming. Like if you look at the split tests, you can see I tried two other ones and then just switched to this right away and sent it to a bunch of people. And I guess the meaning of this video, I really want to just go over like you just need to get something to a decent KPI, and if you can hit that KPI efficiently, then you can just scale the hell out of volume and generate a ton of leads. Like this script, I scraped the industry, marketing, advertising, and Apollo, just the whole industry with like 5 to 30 employees, and then I sent to it. Like nothing special, no niche targeting, very very simple. It cost me about $15 to scrape the list. Ran it through Million Verifier, and then sent this one-liner script that I've shared a ton of times and don't want to share again because I want it to keep on working as it's working right now. But pretty much, just find really all you need to do is just split test like the things that actually matter. Like there's no need to split test the slight copy variations or different. Like, would that be worth the chat? Versus would you be interested? Like that stuff doesn't really make a big difference. If you can get down your offer, if you can get down your targeting, your risk reversal, get those three down, and then the structure of your copy. So those four things, I guess: offer, targeting, risk reversal, structure of your copy. Those are the main four things you really need. And if you can get those down, then you can just scale the hell out of volume and generate a ton of leads. Of course, like you might sort of still optimize for like different CTAs that work better for your like business flow, or like your interested lead to booking flow, like your speed to lead. Of course, there's going to be little things, but you don't need to put in nearly as much effort in getting those little things good. Because I found a winning script. I've been running that winning script for about 4 months now, pretty much the exact same script, and it just keeps on working. And then my targeting's been very easy. I just, scrape like marketing agencies and the follow, and it's just worked for me. Then I've tried different iterations of like optimizing my AI setter and different things to slightly increase conversion, so I'm not just staying at a stagnant pace or whatever. But the main thing that's actually increased my results from like, not like 10% to 12%, but like 50% increase or like doubling my results is just pulling the lever of volume. Because if you can find a scalable system, if you can just say, hey, I'm targeting roofers and this script is working, like if you're targeting roofers and you have a script that can get, let's say, 1.5% reply rate and then 10% positive reply rate. If you could get that targeting roofers, you're golden, because you can scrape hundreds of thousands of roofers and be sending like 5K emails a day and then just print like an insane amount of meetings. Like it would be nuts. So if you can, and this is especially to people who have large TAMs. If you have a really large TAM, then like you don't need to hit a crazy KPI before you just scale the hell out of volume. And then also, once you scale the hell out of volume, you can iterate like every day. You don't have to wait for a week to get back tangible results. If you're sending 4K emails a day, you can iterate every single day, and you should be able to find your winning script pretty quickly. So I don't want to ramble with just random stuff. The main message I want to get across is that you should send high volume, and you should try. I guess I'm saying like cold email is going to work very, very good for people with large TAMs, large target addressable markets. So if you have what feels like endless leads, where you can send 5,000 emails a day and not run out of leads, and then of course you retarget the leads every quarter, every 3 months, like there's no reason cold email shouldn't work for you. You might have to deal with deliverability a little bit. There might be some weeks where it's up and down, summer out of office season, whatever. But in the long run, even just over the course of a few months, like if you're able to just send, like, pay a few $100, maybe $1,000, a little bit less a month for infrastructure, and then send 3K emails a day, iterate every single day, like there's zero reason cold emails shouldn't work for you. But all these little things you'll learn as you go. But if you have a large TAM, if you're a digital marketing agency, or you can target, local businesses, agencies, coaching agencies, enterprise, whatever, there's no reason you shouldn't be ramming cold email. The return on investment's absolutely insane. You should either be running cold email or paying someone to run it for you. And you can pay me to run it for you if you want, or you can just watch all my videos and learn it. But I would say the hugest thing for me is just realizing that, like, I mean, just a simple belief like 1,000 emails a day is not a lot of volume. Because when I first started, I would send 270 emails a day per client. And then I think the client where I was sending high volume, it was like 540 emails per day. And I was like, that's a lot of volume. There's no reason we shouldn't be getting results. And then now, 2,000 emails a day is like, that's a low volume for a client. And I mean, if you have your processes down really well and you can, consistently get really good metrics, then fine, you can send whatever the numbers say. But if you send 3,000 emails a day, you can get shitty metrics, not do that good of a job, and still get really good results. And if that isn't burning your TAM, there's no reason not to. It's just easier and cheaper. And so I say this on most videos. I always talk about, your offer, your targeting, and sending high volume. And so what I've done is, like, within the past few weeks, I've got thousands of inboxes for after summer, warming up now, just to send even crazier volume. Because this actually isn't that high volume. This is like 1,000 emails a day on this campaign, but still. And then on some high days, it's like 3,000 when, the other campaigns are running. But it's been a complete game changer. Just like as soon as I started sending higher volume, I think after I was sending 540 per client up to like, I think 2,000 a day per client. Or I think it was, I had like 60 inboxes. I was sending 30 a day. So it was like 1,800 a day for a client. And once I started sending 1,800 a day, seeing all those inboxes in my instantly, like, holy shit, like, this is what I was supposed to be doing. Like, this is why it wasn't working for me. Because, like, look, when I was sending for these clients, like, not only was I sending like a quarter of the volume or even less, I was also just worse. And I wasn't getting better that quickly because I would wait like a week before changing the script because I didn't know if it was performing or not. And then another thing is, for me, when I first started, this was actually like a completely stupid thing, but I was just hoping, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna run the script, and then it didn't perform for like a few days, and I would just hope that magically the next day it would somehow perform. But no, you have to test scientifically. Like, really, if you're able to beat the battle of deliverability for cold email, right? Like, if you're able to just send emails to inbox at high volume, and your offer risk reversal, if you're able to be flexible with your offer and you don't want to have that as an isolated variable for the whole time, then there's no reason you won't succeed, right? Just you have to run it. You have to test it scientifically, which means tracking all your results, isolating variables, changing variables one at a time, being very technical with it, and then making sure that you're flexible with all your variables. So if you say no, I have to charge 5,000 a month, like a 3-month contract retainer deal with no risk reversals, no guarantees. If you're letting that variable be isolated and you're not allowing that to be flexible, then that could be the variable that just is destroying your campaigns, and you're not allowed to manipulate, which is horrible. And so for me, like, when I'm running cold email for clients, one of the hugest things is making sure that they're able to be flexible with their variables. So I'm actually able to manipulate them properly and iterate to find winning campaigns. So main thing I want to say here is just, firstly, and I didn't mention this before, but don't cut corners on infrastructure. Spend what it costs. Don't try to buy some cheap stuff that's sent for high volume because you want to, like, be cheap or whatever. It's not going to work. You're going to be super sorry for it, and your deliverability is going to suck. Don't cut corners on infrastructure, and buy good infra so you can send high volume and actually inbox. And then just send high volume and track it, like, scientifically. Spreadsheet, track all of your data every single day if you're sending high volume, maybe every 2 days. Iterate, isolate all the variables, change one. Same script, change the offer. Same script, change the targeting, right? Just keep on doing that until your version, whatever, version 10, version 20, is hitting even a decent KPI, and then just crank that lever, and then just crank that lever of volume even more. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that hopefully helps something in your campaigns. And if you need more help with your campaigns, then you can message me on Instagram or Twitter. That'll be in the description. And if you want me to run your campaigns done for you, it's going to cost like a few $1,000s per month. Then you can book a call in the description with my calendar. Cheers. I hope you have a good day. Subscribe.